Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a review and wear test on the new NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. Looks like this. I have worn this foundation I think 3 to 4 times at this point, so it's not going to be a first impression. I'm going to be able to give you the full meal deal, real tea on exactly how I feel about this foundation because I have tried it with a variety of different primers, setting sprays, and powders, so I have my thoughts made up as to how I feel about its application, its longevity, and all that jazz. I also want to apologize. In my last video, you see these little like light spots. It's from my window because I only have natural light coming from this side, and it is the daytime right now, so I do have kind of like weird sunspots on me. I apologize if that's distracting, but I don't want to like shut my blinds completely because otherwise it'll be dark in here. But anyway, if you don't care about that, then let's go ahead and get into it. But before we do, don't forget to please subscribe to my channel. My laundry's just done. Okay. Hit the notification bell so you know when I post, typically Wednesdays and Saturdays at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And yeah, let's just go ahead and I'll show you the application of this and I'll take you through my day. And yeah, let's go ahead and get on into it. Alright, so before we get into my personal experience with this foundation so far, I want to get into the claims that this foundation offers. So first things first, it is a 24-hour matte foundation. It claims it's full coverage, and you do get 1 fluid ounce with a glass bottle pump for $14.99 or $15. And I do just want to say, I did actually order 2 shades on accident online before I actually went in store and bought this one. Realized those 2 shades are way too dark for me, so I did go in store to Ulta and I did pick up the shade medium olive, which is the best for my skin tone out of all of them. And I will say with Ulta, even though it is $14.99, you can use a $3.50 coupon or a 20% off coupon. When I did that for this foundation, it brought my total down to $12. Just a little tip for you if you want to save a little extra cash. But this foundation claims it's lightweight, waterproof, and pigmented AF. It's a comfy liquid formula that comes in 45 flattering tones that don't transfer. Every creamy shade glides on smooth, delivering matte coverage, controls shine, mattifies, and it also is non-comedogenic, so it doesn't clog your pores. And it is suitable for normal, oily combination and sensitive skin types. So yes, it's great that there are 45 shades. I know that Alyssa Ashley, who is a YouTuber here, actually worked with NYX on extending their foundation range. And while I think that is amazing, I mean, who doesn't want to find their perfect shade? It did make it just a little bit harder for me to go in store and be like, well, I don't know if this shade will be a little bit better for me than this shade with this undertone. So it did give me a little bit of trouble there, but it's all worth it at the end of the day because then you're able to find your undertone. I will say though, not all of the testers at the Ulta I went to were working. Actually, I don't know if there were even testers on display. I think there were just like open ones, and then I kind of swatched a couple. But with that being said, I did think that this was the closest match for my skin. I do have an olivey, neutral, warm undertone. I'm going to go ahead and start applying this to my face while I kind of tell you my experience with the foundation as opposed to their claims. And I am going to be using like products that don't really claim to be super mattifying, like a pore filling primer that's not mattifying, this Morphe setting spray, just because I want you guys to see how matte this foundation is. I am going to be out and about. I'm going to the strip again today. It's so funny because I think my IT Cosmetics test, I did go to the strip, but yeah, I'm going to the strip today. I have a couple things I need to take care of and meetings and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just going to pump Touch in Sol No Problem Primer. Smooth it on my face. So you guys know I typically like applying my foundation with a brush, and I've got to say I've only tested this foundation with a brush, but this is the best way it works for me. And I do have to say, I know that this claims it is full coverage, but for me, I personally found it to be a true medium coverage. It is not super full coverage, at least not compared to Jouer or Urban Decay or the Hourglass foundation that I have. And I would say the consistency is right in the middle between my Wet n Wild Photo Focus and the LA Girl Pro Matte. So this is a little bit more liquidy. This is a little bit thicker. I find that this is truly like right in between these two in terms of consistency, just as kind of like a reference point. And I will say it does blend really easily. So I'm going to do 2 pumps like normal. You guys are going to see 1, 2, 3. So you see that's a pretty good match for me. And this does blend pretty easily into my skin. So a little up close, you can see that it is a matte finish. It doesn't feel super tacky when I put my fingers next to it, but I always have to set my foundation. I just have oily skin. But you can see that I still have some of my pigmentation peeking through my dark circles, obviously. This is a foundation that I will have to spot conceal with, just using 2 pumps, whereas my other full coverage foundations, I don't really have to do that. But with that being said, I think this is a good base. It doesn't feel heavy on my skin. It doesn't feel like there's like thick matte foundation sitting on my skin. And I've actually found that in the past, it does last a decently long time. Like there are some days where if I'm wearing this foundation to work, I don't find that I even need to touch up. And there are some days where I feel like, ooh, I'm a little bit oily. I need to blot a little bit. But that depends on, I find, more of the other products I use in conjunction with it. So if I don't use like a super mattifying powder or a super mattifying setting spray, then yes, I will have to blot. But again, we are going to put this to the test today. I'm going to be setting it with a powder just because I always do. I'm going to use my Hard Candy Fast and Fabulous powder, but my Morphe setting spray and my primer, obviously not the most mattifying. I also wanted to apply this guy on camera. I'm going to be talking about this in my Sephora haul coming to you very soon. This is the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer Cream in the shade Light 15 Neutral. And I'm just going to highlight under my eyes with this. I'm just going to do the rest of my makeup off camera after this, but I did want to show you guys how it looks with this new concealer, just because I wanted to test it out and kind of give you my review. Oh, and that's another thing. I don't know if this foundation has led to some irritation. I know that it claims that it's not supposed to, it's non-comedogenic. So I don't know if it was that or another concealer I tried or a new skincare item, but I do have a few bumpies, so just air caution to that. I have tried this concealer out once before. I don't think it's super full coverage, but I definitely do like the finish of it. Went to spot conceal with my Wet n Wild Photo Focus. Blend this out for you guys. This is definitely thicker than like the Tarte Shape Tape. So I do feel like it creases a little bit easier. Like it's definitely thicker when you're blending it out, but I don't know. I think that coverage is pretty good. What do you guys think? I mean, I have dark circles and they're kind of a situation, but I think in terms of what a concealer can do without any color correcting or anything like that, this is pretty good coverage. And even though it's a little bit thicker, I don't find that it's like difficult to blend out, so that's good. 0.22 fluid ounces for $26, so it is $1 cheaper than Shape Tape, but you do get a little less product than Shape Tape. I know Shape Tape's my ride or die. I just wanted to try this concealer out and see how I like it. All right, and then now that my cream products are blended in, I am going to do the rest of my makeup off camera, and then I will be right back so that we can proceed with the wear test. Hey guys, so I'm back and I just wanted to give you a quick rundown of what I used on my face. So I went in with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and then also a little bit of the Ciate Bamboo Bronzer in South Beach just to give me a little more of a glow since this is kind of like a little bit light for my skin tone. I went in with the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder to set under my eyes, the Essence Pure Nude Highlight, the Essence Satin Touch, oh, it's a very Essence day, the Essence Satin Touch Blush, and then I also went in with the Lorac lipstick in Cat Lady. It's a really nice moisturizing cream, kind of mauve-y pink, and on my eyes, I am wearing the Dream Street palette by Kathleen Lights and the Makeup Revolution, mostly this palette, but I do have Moony from this shade, which is my brow bone highlight and inner corner highlight, and then a little bit of Shooting Star all over my crease. So I wanted to come on here and give you a look at my face, what it looks like after I've set it down with powder before I go in with setting spray. As you can see, it does look pretty matte, but we will see how long this goes for because I am going to be going out and about. So I am going to set my face with the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Now this is a setting spray that doesn't claim to be mattifying, it just claims that it will set your powder or liquid makeup with a radiant finish. It does do a good job at making your foundation look like one with your skin, regardless of what skin type you have. So this is what it looks like up close with my lights. And this is what it looks like with just natural lighting. So I'm standing in front of my window. The light is coming, shining in. So this is the left side of my face, this is the right side of my face. I didn't do anything different to either side so that you could really see the foundation in its full glory and its full potential. But yeah, I'm just gonna go out and about, head towards the strip, run my meetings, grab some lunch, and then I will check in with you there probably. Oh, by the way, right now it is currently, it's almost like 11 a.m. So I'm hoping to keep this makeup on for like 7-ish hours so that we can get like a full comprehensive test. I will say, as I've said sometimes before, sometimes I find that I don't need to touch up, but I wanted to really just let you guys see firsthand how it looks at the end of several hours. So I will see you soon. Hey guys, so it's been about 2 hours since I checked in with you. I just had a meeting. Ooh, sorry, that light's really bright. But I have been sweating walking out and about. I'm actually parked in a parking lot at Caesars. But if you want to analyze this foundation, I still think I look pretty good. I'm sweating a little bit, but you don't really see the oils peeking through that badly. What do you guys think? All right, I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so I'm just leaving Bobby's Burger Palace, which is Bobby Flay's burger restaurant here in Vegas. Got a shake and a burger. I'm so excited. Foundation still looks great, by the way. Hey guys, so the sun is going down, so I am here to do my final check-in. I'm actually standing at my kitchen table, my breakfast table, with the lights just like shining through. So yeah, we've made it, man. 7 hours later. This is the foundation on my face right now. I will say that this is a foundation that can last. I don't think it is the most mattifying. I think the way that my skin looks right now, it's pretty good. It does not feel tacky to the touch because I obviously I did set it with powder, but I am sweaty. I was running out and about. I just cleaned my apartment, vacuumed and all, so I am a little bit oily and sweaty, but I think even then, being out and about, it still looks pretty good. You will either have to build this foundation up to full coverage if you have like acne or pigmentation like me, or going with a spot concealer, which I don't really mind, but I think full coverage is a term that's kind of loosely thrown around among brands these days. I wish it said medium coverage so it could be a little bit more true for the consumer. With that being said, I really like the finish and I do like how it wears. Do I think it's my new favorite foundation? No. While I do think it's good, I don't think it is the most mattifying. You can get the LA Girl matte foundation for $9, the Wet n Wilds for $5, so there are definitely cheaper alternatives out there. So I would probably say I'm comfortable giving this foundation a B+, just because I feel like it's a little bit pricey for a drugstore. It's not the most long lasting, but it is a nice finish and it's not full coverage. So yeah, will I continue to use this? Yes. Do I like it? Yes. That is it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye.